Hi everyone, welcome to my very first vlog. Been wanting to do this for a while and I finally have a new phone with a good camera so I can start doing it. Mostly what I do is I take care of my house, I take care of my dog, I read and write, and I craft. I am a big granny craft, grandma craft person. So that's what you're going to be seeing. You're going to be seeing a little bit of what I read, what I write. My crafts, they're mostly fiber crafts. I crochet, I knit, I cross stitch, I embroider. I'm not very good at it. This is just going to be kind of like a little bit of a week in my life, but you know, the interesting parts. So today I got up, took my dog on a walk, and worked out. And now I'm gonna do some cleaning. I'm gonna make some lunch. I'm hoping it's nice today so I can go swim. I'm off break from school right now until June, so I have plenty of free time. Not really sure what to do with it all. Working on getting an Etsy shop started, so I have this giant bag of yarn. This bag is courtesy of one of my friends. Shout out her. She made it for me for my birthday, and I just have, you probably can't see it very well, but I have a lot of yarn. And so I'm just crocheting hats and hats and hats, trying to get enough stock that I can open up my shop. So you may see some of that. It's pretty repetitive and boring, but I may make something new this week just to break the monotony of it all. Currently working on drafting a new novel that I want to write for the month of June. So I may show some of that. It's not really interesting. It's just me watching YouTube with a legal pad, just scribbling down any thoughts I have. I already kind of have it plotted out. I need to start doing character profiles today, which is the fun part. That's the part I like. Right now I'm reading a couple different books. Well, the big thing is I'm rereading Leigh Bardugo's Shadow and Bone series. I just finished the first one, so the second one, we have the third one, Siege and Storm and Ruin and Rising, which I haven't read these since I was maybe 16, and I am a very different person now than I was then, and I was really worried to reread these books because I was terrified that what I loved about them so much was because, you know, I was a 16-year-old reading about other 16-year-olds, and there is a bit of that. Like, I don't think I would like Alina as much if I hadn't read her when I was 16 and very insecure and reacted to problems the way that she did. So there were times when I was reading the first book that I kind of got annoyed with her, and then I was like, oh, that's why I loved her. So I am really enjoying it. I want to read these, and then after that I want to read the Six of Crows duology. And then, what is the other Grishaverse? Is it King of Scars? I've never read that third little series in this universe. I've never read that. I also haven't read the fairy tale anthology. I'm forgetting what it's called. So I want to read all of it, but it might take me some time. And I also have a library book on my Kindle. A Language of Dragons. Yes, A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. I don't know if you'll even be able to see that. It looks fun. I saw it in Target and I didn't have book money, so next best thing, hold on Libby. I'll come back later and talk about what I've read, or maybe my dog. He is like 30% of my personality, so just like get used to hearing him mentioned. All right, I'll see you guys later. I'm back. It's quite a bit later in the day. I've been crocheting all day. I made a hat. It's a cute little beanie. It's a little, oh, where was that? Here it is. I see it. You need to be cut off. And then this little produce bag. Which, do I have anything I can put in it? You can put this little jar. I think there's supposed to be a moss jar. It's fake moss. But yeah. It's very stretchy. You can fit a lot of stuff in it. So yes. I had to stop. I could have made more stuff, but my like fingers and wrists are cramping a bit, and that's usually my sign to stop. Also, I haven't read much by my standards, at least. Considering I read like 200 pages the other day in one sitting. I've read about 50 pages of that Language of Dragons book. I'm not sure about it yet. It kind of reminds me of a young adult version of Babel. It's dark academia, but also the 1920s and dragons. So we'll see. I'm pretty early into it. You know, that's what, an eighth through the book. So yes, and then afternoon beverage. Big sparkling water fan. This one is Tropical Cherry. It's just the Target brand. Very good. Let me know your favorite sparkling waters in the comments. I really like the Waterloo, but I don't buy them very often because they're a little pricier. We're probably going to be under a tornado warning or watch. I forget the difference between the two. Tonight, the weather is just horrible, and I want to go outside, but I don't want to be outside in that. So I'm probably going to read a bit more tonight, maybe do some writing, but I'll probably won't talk to you until tomorrow. So, bye! Hi, welcome back. Happy Tuesday. I haven't done a whole lot today. I just got back from the store running errands with my mother, and she got me H2O. I love H2O so much. If you don't know what it is, it's basically just a sweet tea place. I think it started in Texas, but they're all over the country now. I checked yesterday. And you can mix all the teas together. It's great. If you have one near you, go try it. I like to get, this is a Ryan Palmer and Texas Chai half and half mix. Very good. It tastes like an apple pie. It is very sweet though. It will send you into a sugar coma, but it's just the southerner in me, I guess. My big thing today is I need to brush my dog, but he is currently in the pool. So that's fun. So I think I'm gonna go swimming for a bit. It's like 70 degrees. It's probably, the water's gonna be freezing, but maybe the sun will be nice. Who knows? YOLO. And I'm gonna read more of this dragon book. I read about a third of it yesterday. I'm not sure about it still. My favorite part so far has been the one dragon we've met. Yeah, I'm not totally sure about the class system. I'm not sure about the code breaker element of it. I'm gonna finish it. I was on hold for like 3 weeks to get this book. We'll see. Maybe I'll grow attached to it. I'm gonna stick with it. We'll see if I get any crocheting done today. I'll see you later. So, update. Water was freezing. For a bit, I didn't even, like, my hair isn't wet. Dried off the dog, though. So, there's that. It is, like, perfect weather outside, but if you don't have a heater in your pool, then it's freezing. So, I think while I wait for the dog to wake up, I'm gonna eat lunch and maybe crochet. Think about working on some steering wheel covers instead of my usual hats. So we'll try that. But yes, pool was a failure. So I'm on chapter 15. It's ramping up a bit. I'm getting more into it now. I'm about halfway done. I really like the concept of the echolocation, and that it's more than just a way of communicating. It's like necessary for the dragons to hatch and whatever. I think that's really cool, and I want to see where that goes. The villain, the Prime Minister is just cartoonishly evil. And the fact that the love interest is a priest in training is just ridiculous. It's 11:30, I was gonna go to sleep. I may stay up and read some more. Happy Wednesday, everyone. I am about 2/3 done with A Language of Dragons. It's growing on me. I am really into it now. It's also really has something that I've missed from a lot of dragon fantasy that's come out in the last recent years. Like, the dragons actually feel like their own. They have their own culture, they feel fleshed out. The whole thing with the languages is really unique. And like, you can tell that it's been influenced by like Anne McCaffrey. I'm a big Anne McCaffrey fan. That's my favorite part about the book, is just the dragons themselves. I don't really care for a lot of the main characters, but I love the dragons so much. So I should finish it this week. I'm really into it. I want to finish it now. I'm glad I persevered. My main thing is I have the squares for a steering wheel cover, like a little pretty purple flower. Last time I did this, I think I did 8 squares and it was too loose. My friend that I made it for had some trouble with it, so I'm gonna try 7 squares and see if that works. So we'll see what happens. That's what I'm doing today. All right, so here it is. Definitely works. It's cute. I don't like it as much as the one I made my friend, but still very cute, very pretty. This lighting probably isn't doing it any favors, so I'm gonna weave in all the ends now. And I'll be done with this one. I can just do the same to the second one. I have my steering wheel covers. There's this one. And then there's this one. I like this one better. I think it's nice. I like the dark purple. Which I think I finally have a handle on this pattern, which is nice. So this is all the yarn that I have for this. So this is my 2 steering wheel covers done, and when I open my shop, these will be up. I kind of just want to get into bed and read my book. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome back. I have been quite busy this morning. I went and ran some errands, and I worked out, walked the dog, and had lunch. Now it's pretty nice outside. It's pretty hot. It's pretty humid. It's only like 50% humidity, but it feels way worse than that. I'm waiting for the UV to go down a little bit before I go outside and have some pool time, go swimming. I should finish A Language of Dragons today. Let's see what chapter I'm on. 23. And how many chapters are there? 30. Yeah. According to my little Kindle thing, I have an hour left, so I will knock that out, no problem. Don't really know what I'm gonna make today when I have my designated crochet time while I build my stock. Probably another hat, honestly. That's really the main things I'm starting with, are hats, because I know exactly how long it takes me to make them, so I can price them in a way that makes sense. I don't have a lot going on today, except sun time, crochet time, and reading. But I will update you all later with how that's going. Hi everyone! I finished it. Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. It was pretty good. It was very fun. If you like YA fantasy, especially the stories that are coming out right now, you'll like it. Very good. The dragons, best part. 10 out of 10. I grew to like Vivian a little bit more near the end. If I had to compare it to other books, we'd go Divine Rivals. It had a very similar vibe world-wise, not necessarily in the romance between Atlas and Vivian, but the general vibe. Also Heartless Hunter, A Tempest of Tea, and Crier's War. I feel like if you like any of those, you may like this. I'm really kind of upset that the description compared it to Babel and Fourth Wing. I feel like that does this book a huge disservice. Like, it's just a very different type of story. Like, the dark academia element isn't really there. That's in Babel. And the, like, divergent Hunger Games-esque vibe, Fourth Wing isn't there either. Pretty solid 3 stars for me, which is kind of what I rate a lot of YA. I haven't been enjoying YA since I've been in college and just in a different area of my life. I don't relate to the characters as much. There are exceptions. There are plenty of exceptions, but in general, most YA I'm kind of like, yeah, it was good, it was fun, but maybe not totally for me. So if you like dragons, if you like cool world building, and you like YA, then definitely recommend. Hi everyone, happy Friday. I have some exciting news. This is all the planning for the novel I'm gonna write in June. Finally finished with it. Have the whole story planned out, have all the characters, have some of the basic world building. A lot of the rest of it I'm gonna have to figure out during the first draft, but it's done, which means I can do the fun stuff now, which is Pinterest board and playlist, and then finally the writing. The writing is my favorite part. And then this is all I accomplished yesterday, crocheting, even though I was crocheting for like 5 hours because I ran out of yarn and had to frog another item I made a while ago that I'm never gonna wear, never gonna use. And this yarn is impossible to frog, so it took a lot of patience and like 2 hours of, I have one of those winding machines of just unraveling a bit, winding it, unraveling a bit, winding it. But I should have enough of this to make one more hat in this color, which means I'll have 4, which is nice because I do really like this yarn. I'm about to go up to the university near where I live. There's a professor there in English who is offering me a chance to like take some of the books she wants to get rid of. So if I find anything good, I'll come back and do a haul. And then I'm hoping to go to, my family usually goes to our local brewery on Friday nights, kind of to wrap up our week. So hopefully I can do that today. So we have to look forward to. The weather is awful right now. It's like 80% humidity, and I live in like the closest you can get to the desert without actually being the desert. Like 40% humidity is too much for us. Like in the summer you step out, it's like walking into an oven. Like they are so dry. But yes, so that's my day so far, and I'll come back later. I have books. We have literature and gender, classic, simple. Searching for Sappho, the lost songs and world of the first woman poet. This looks fun. The Craft of Research, just a simple handbook for doing research and writing research papers. Language, Culture, and Communication. Fun little cover. This sense of style. This is about writing and pedagogy in the 21st century. Post-colonialism, a very short introduction. It's very short. And then just a classic anthology, which I almost didn't pick this one, but it's recommended since I may go and get postdoctorate degree in literature. And then we have a couple journals. This one's the Midwest Quarterly. It's from 1963, which is interesting. And then 2 older editions of South Central Review, which is the Modern Language Association's journal. So that's cool. Good haul. A lot more books. I'm gonna have to clear my bookshelf. I also finished one more hat. I didn't weave in all the ends because I ran out of time. Anyway, I'm about to go to the brewery, so that's the end of my week. Thank you for coming with me. Hoping to make more content like this, so if you enjoyed this video, subscribe and like, comment your favorite books, or what type of crafts you like. Anything would help. Thanks.